Okay, I'm going to do one more example here. So Tasia's jump shot won the game. She's playing basketball and she has an initial height of 6 feet where the ball leaves her hand at 6 feet. So that's our height. And the initial velocity is 75 feet per second squared, and the angle is 35 degrees. Okay, so our parametric equations would be the distance traveled in the horizontal would be distance equals rate. So we take the initial velocity times the x component, which would be cosine of 35 degrees. So that's our rate in the horizontal direction times time. And I'm just going to get an approximate here. That is approximately 61.4 t. That's the first parametric equation. And now my second one for y, we need to deal with the fact that we're on Earth. So there's our gravity, since we're in feet per second, and then we take the upward velocity, so initial velocity times the vertical component, which is sine of 35. That's our vertical velocity, so we need to have rate times time, and then plus that initial height of 6. And then that simplifies. I like to just get a decimal approximation here because we're going to need to use quadratic formula. So we've got negative 16 t squared plus about 43 t plus 6. So there's our two parametric equations. Good to go. Okay, so now that we have those, I'm going to scoot this up a little bit. Okay, so I'm so visual. For me, it's really nice to see this graph. She throws the ball, it goes up, 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 and then it eventually lands. So that initial height is 6. We need a vertex, and we need where this thing lands. And we're going to use time to get that important information. Okay, so when does this ball land? When it lands, we would have a height of 0. So we're going to solve this equation for 0, or when it equals 0, and we can use quadratic formula. So t equals the opposite of b, so negative 43 plus or minus the square root of t, or 43 squared minus 4 times a times c, all over 2 times a. And when you simplify all that, you get 0 and, negative 0.13 something. And that one doesn't make sense. That would be kind of back here before time started. So that one's extraneous, but the real time when it lands is at about 2.8 seconds. Okay, so once we find that, we can plug that into our x formula, because we want to know, well, what is the x? What's the horizontal distance at this time of 2.8 seconds? So I'm going to use that x equals 61.4 times t, and so x is approximately 172 feet. So that's the total distance traveled. Okay, and then that 2.8 was time it lands or hits the ground. Okay, and the next thing is to think about our vertex here. And so the maximum height, that would be looking at the vertex of that y equation. Okay, so the vertex formula is negative b over 2a. So the time that it hits its vertex would be negative b, which is negative 43 over 2a, negative 16. And so the time that it hits its vertex is approximately 1.34 seconds. So that's the time that it hits its max height. And now, well, what is that max height? So that we need to plug into our y equation that time of 1.34, and we will find our max height. So I'll scoot this over just a little bit. I feel like these are a little long. Okay, so we've got the max height. Well, y is given by negative 16 times t squared, so 1.34 squared, plus, we had 43 times t, so 1.34, and then plus that initial height of 6. And so the maximum height is 35. And that is in feet. Great, so we have our max height. We have, so let's see, that's the maximum height right here. We have the time to land was 2.8 seconds, and that gave us a horizontal distance of about 1.72 feet. And we have our parametric equations here. Okay, so there you go. And let me show you next how to do this on Desmos. Okay, so if I go into desmos.com, what you can do, the way you get your parametric equations, is actually to plot a point. So we've got the x is given by 61.4 times t, and you can just go into your, your letters in there and get your t value. And then the y is given by negative 16 t squared plus 43 t, t, and then plus 6. So then it gives you this time, and we figured out it lands at 2.8 seconds. So let's put 0 from t going from 0 to 2.8. And then it's often really helpful, you got to kind of zoom. It doesn't give you much of the graph at first, okay? So there you go. And then you can also, if you want to, you can just see, you can kind of run through what those t values look like. And so you can see it going to kind of simulate the path of that ball. And then I like to have the labels on there as well. And then you could also, if you want to know exactly, like if we figured out that it lands at 2.8 seconds, and we want to know that horizontal distance, well, you could just go in and say 2.8, and see it gives you that horizontal distance right there. So that's one way you can shorten these problems just a tiny bit using technology. And it's a little bit different on the graphing calculator, and so you can get some help with Marge in class on that. And that's how you can use Desmos.